Hey, Ken.
Hey, what's going
Welcome
on?
to another panel here. It's
It's
Comic
my
Card
first
Live.
one.
Obviously, well, we got JJ in the green room too. One thing that I have to let everybody know, I didn't know Doug wasn't going to be here today. Maybe he was going to, and then everything switched around. But today, Ken is going to be moderating an art sale, and we got JJ. Let me bring JJ in here too, and get you guys in the place of power. I'm at the bottom here. But so we're going to be doing an art sale for I don't know how much artwork you JJ and Ken have brought, but
too much.
Yeah. It's enough to fill an hour, I imagine, right?
It definitely is. It definitely is. And Doug did want to be on here, and I just told him, hey, let's get some art out there. He hasn't been at shows for a while. So like I told you, Bill, anytime that you want to do something with Doug, one-on-one, that type of thing, we'll definitely set it up.
I'd love to do it. I mean, even if it wasn't art sale related, we just did an interview. I'd really enjoy doing that if he's ever open to that.
He would be. He's probably watching right now, so we'll say hi to Doug if everybody. So there we go.
Awesome. So I'm actually going to have dinner, everybody. I haven't eaten anything all day, and I'm going to take this hour to take a quick break. But you'll be in Ken's capable hands. He's got admin privileges of the whole studio, so he is in control. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Enjoy the show, and I'll be watching while you guys are doing this. So have fun, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. Yeah. So welcome everybody. JJ brought a ton of art from Doug's career, and we're going to offer it up. You're going to see the prices, and if you want to make an offer on something, you certainly can. That doesn't mean JJ's going to take it, but you can certainly throw something out there and see if it sticks, and JJ might decide to take it. So yeah, let's get this thing started right here. Huh?
I wish we had a little buzzer or something that I could be like, that type of thing. So yeah, we brought just right off the bat, we've got a page right there. This is how most of them will look. For those of you that don't know, and if clearly you do, I see a ton of names in here, and I'm reading it on the side. We've got a lot of Mahnke art from over the years. We've got covers, splashes. I've even got the most massive piece of art I've ever seen. That'll come later. But we've just got a myriad of different things that we can offer within this hour. Of course, time payments. I know not everyone's got, X amount of hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars to lay down on something. That's just something to, correspond with Ken or myself on. And we'll just kind of go from there. If you see something and you want it, all you have to do is claim it. And we can go from there. Doug on all of this work is traditional. So it's no blue lines. It's all pencils and inks. It's usually inked by Jaime Mendoza, Christian Alamy, Tom Nguyen, obviously Mark Irwin, or Doug himself. So we will let you know that, and we'll just go through. So the first piece we have up today, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Hi to everybody, by the way. The first one we have up is Superman, number 9, page 12. And this is during what I consider a classic run, the Gleason, Tomasi, Mahnke run, when John Kent was just a young lad. He's riding on Dad's back, and this is the Dinosaur Island storyline and all of that stuff going on. It's signed by Doug down in the bottom corner. And so we've got that.
If you guys are going to claim, just put claim in the comments of what you're looking at. So if you wanted this page, for instance, just put claim Superman 9, page 12, and then email
Ken at 4ccomicart@gmail.com. Correct?
We're just scrolling across the page, right? Exactly. Yeah. And then we'll send you out invoices, and we'll get all the art shipped to you as soon as JJ ships it to me.
Okay, Ken, you got to tell me when I need to go next.
You can go next.
All right. Next.
Yeah, claim in the chat, please, guys. Claim in the chat.
Yeah, and we'll run through them again at the end. Hopefully, if we have time, we'll take that one out for now. This is one we get a lot of requests for you old school Doug Mahnke fans, which I am. This is one of the reasons I fell in love with Doug's work, besides the mask. This is the JLE, Justice League Elite cover number 10. Manchester Black, Lighten Up a Smoke. We've got Vera here. We've got tons of Manchester Blacks. That one is $1,500. This is old DC artboard. We've even got Carlin as the editor on that one. But we've got that one up for 1,500 right now. Hey, Zaid.
YouTube probably is going to be quickest for claims.
Whatever you guys want to do. Yeah.
Claim in the chat. Yep.
Any claims you want to do, and hopefully you can hear us all well. So this is a really nice one. This, again, every single aspect that you could ask for. We don't have a lot of JLE covers. Hugely popular series. We know Manchester Black's appeared on the screen already. And I think he's back in the DCU at least. But I know he was on Supergirl. In fact, I remember sitting with Doug at a convention. We were watching TV, and I showed him a YouTube clip and said, hey, some of your characters are going to be on the Supergirl series. And he said, what? And I showed it to him, and he was pretty impressed by that. I don't know if he caught the episode or not, but any Christian Alamy inks on Doug Mahnke pencils tonight, Kevin? I bet we do. Let's run the next one.
All right, next one.
We'll come back.
I'm going to give these numbers too for claims, make it a little easier. So that was number 2.
Yep. Let's put up, let's see if I can find one right away. That would be a Christian one. Maybe I've got one, maybe I don't. I hopefully thought I would. I don't have that as much as I used to. Now, this is a cool piece. This is from Superman Rebirth. This is when, obviously, Black Suit Superman is coming back. He's been buried. He's brought back all the way around. Superman Rebirth, page 7 from issue number 1. So this was the first start of the New 52. I believe you've got Lana there. And you've got Superman returning with the beard back from the dead in his black suit. We've got that one up for 800. Jaime Mendoza, who I also represent, did the inks on that. Jaime worked with Doug on a lot of stuff. He's also worked with Chris Picciolo on a ton of stuff and is doing more with Chris Picciolo right now. So we've got that.
Beautiful page.
Yeah, it is. And as we're looking, I'm going to have to keep seeing if I have any Alamy pages in here. I do. In fact, I'll put this one up next.
All right.
If you are a Christian Alamy fan, you love his inks, this is the page. I mean, because I honestly will pick up pieces from those guys just based on the inks. So we'll put the Superman one aside, and I'm going to put them in reverse order here, Kenny.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure you keep those in order.
I'll just kind of get people into this one. You can always tell when it's Christian Alamy inks. We say that Christian has a one-hair brush at home. That's something that we say about him all the time. It's almost Mobius down here. He's ridiculous on everything he does. So that is Green Lantern 10, page 3. You'll notice it's Hal and Sinestro as Green Lanterns. And they're running into the crew here. The other group of lanterns, and we've got all of that in there. So beautifully inked. Just a wonderful, amazing page. But the details really, to me, are this right here and this down here, I think brings it all together. This is really Mobius inspired here, but the line work throughout all of this is just absolutely incredible. Christian took his time when he inked. There's no question about that. Oh, yeah. And we don't have a lot of Green Lantern pages left, shockingly. So occasionally when Doug just happens to pull some out, I'm like, wow, okay, now we have another Green Lantern page. So we have that one up. So there's an Alamy one.
All right.
And if I'm going fast, guys, I will put them back up again. It's just best for you guys. Once you see it, you know, hey, let's jump on it. Let's not. Here's an old school one, but kind of a cool one. Team 7 cover. As we know, Wildcats are back. Deathstroke, Grifter. We've got all kinds of people on this cover. So this is a cover that Doug did for Team 7 when they launched it again. That one's 1,500. That is a cover. So for you Wildcat fans or you Deathstroke fans, Deathstroke front and center, Grifter up at the left hand. I love that. I just read that new Wildcat series, and I could see Doug doing some of that art. That would be pretty incredible. So we've got about everybody. I'm looking to see if there's any rebar in here at all. Doug is the king of rebar coming out of cement, so I have to look for that every single time. But we've got that bad boy up. So that's a really cool one at the end of the day. So Team 7 cover, Deathstroke, Grifter. I'd love to name every single other person, and if someone can, you get a prize. Maybe that's Zealot. I don't know, but she should have a sword. But you'll get a no prize if you can name all the different characters. Ken, can you name any besides Deathstroke and Grifter?
Well, the fact that I'm not a DC guy, no, not at all.
You've had to become a DC guy, sadly.
Yeah.
With your Mahnke art and all of that.
Exactly.
Let's put up another kind of a cool piece. I know some of the people were asking about Batman pieces. While this doesn't feature Batman, it certainly does really capture the essence of everything going on. I'm actually going to take this off for a second and just kind of put it off to the side here so we don't lose any of the focus. Detective, this is a Christian Alamy inked page. Detective Comics 1014, page 6. Nora Freeze with Mr. Zero, also known as Mr. Freeze, right there. Really kind of a touching piece all the way around. I think Doug can capture the emotions pretty good. Everyone thinks of him drawing just hugely jacked people, and that's all that there is. He'll draw whatever is being asked for. Yeah. And so in this one, I think this focus right here I enjoy a lot. And then, of course, this right here. So Nora Freeze, back from the dead. I think she's been killed off again, but we know how long deaths last.
Back to your ice cube.
What's that?
Back to your ice cube.
Yeah, back to your ice cube. So we've got that bad boy up. All right. And I think we're in that mode right now of everyone just wants to see what we've got going on first.
We're all waiting to see.
Kind of like that too, right? We all got to look through the art book first, and then we kind of figure out what we want. So let's put up a Green Lantern cover.
Andrew's asking if there's any black hand tonight.
My hands might be black after touching all of these covers, Andrew. I know Andrew, so I can say that. But I do not think we have any black hand stuff. But you know what? I am kind of tired, and so there may be a page in here, possibly. Actually, no, there is. I think there's a cover, actually, that we have up, Andrew, so don't go away. Green Lantern cover 58. You know, if you wanted all of the different colors, you've got them here. You've got Larfleeze, Atrocitus, Sinestro, St. Walker, all of them. This was the concept cover for the new character. Who would now be the new Avatar. And so we've got that one up again, all pencils, inks. Doug did the inks on this one, as far as I can tell. And usually I can tell if he does the inks just by the inks themselves. Almost looks like it has a little bit of the Christian in it, but that one is a Doug piece. So we've got that one. And Kenny, tell me any comments, because I'm not reading them. I'm just going through.
Yeah, I'll either pop them up on the screen or let you know if somebody says anything.
Did anybody ask how was your day, JJ? Did anybody ask that yet?
No, nobody asked anything about how JJ was doing.
All right, kind of a dope piece right here. We've got Superman number 12, page 3. Just a nice coffee with a friend, just hanging out, and then of course Frankenstein. 7 Soldiers Victory, Grant Morrison, Doug Mahnke collaboration. We've got a new figure coming out. We get asked for Frankenstein all the time.
He does a great Frankenstein.
And it's just an epic page all the way around. He's got the gun, the wings on it. Doug loves drawing Frankenstein. He loves drawing Lobo, and he loves drawing the mask. So this was one of the cooler ones, I think, that we had. So with the new toy coming out soon, which hopefully I'll be able to get a case of those. We've got that. That one also is signed. So we'll take that one down. If you're watching this afterwards, that means I'm talking to you in the future. You will be able to contact us if there's any pages that have not sold, and you can talk to us that way too. Frankenstein, 7 Soldiers of Victory with Grant Morrison, issue 3, page 20. We've got Frank in virtually every panel almost. I'm not going to claim he's in here anywhere, but we've got him here. We've got him here, partially there, and we've got him there. So that is some Morrison and Mahnke goodness right there. Frankenstein, Seven Soldiers of Victory. If you've never read that entire series of all of the Seven Soldiers of Victory, I would highly recommend it. In the chat, if you've done that, please let us know if you enjoyed it as much as I did, because you can read the individual miniseries, but when you read it as a whole, it's just wow. I think it's one of Grant Morrison's greatest works ever. Jay Dunn. JJ, how was Ken's day? I don't know how Ken's day was. I think it was pretty good. We were texting all day.
Better than yesterday.
Better than yesterday.
Yesterday was not well.
Not so good, huh?
Not so good yesterday.
Well, I am happy my wife is back today. We had passing in the family of a youngster on her side of the family, and she's been gone for several days, and she was able to return today. So very fortunate to have my wife Sarah back to help run this house, because I am not the best at maintaining dogs in any way, shape, or form. GLA number 11 cover. This one's $1,200. This is an actual cover. You'll notice that it's smaller sized. There is no other version of it out there. Doug was asked to do a lot of variant covers or B covers for the Justice League series. I believe this was, I think, New 52. I'm not quite sure on that one, but we've got Black Canary, we've got the Ray here. And so what he did was he shrunk everything down, and I've never seen him do this before, in order to proportion it to make it then be able to fit on a comic. So this is actually comic size. So if you were to match up your comic to it, oh, here we go. This will get everybody excited. Which comic do I have laying here? But there you go. So he just framed it right with a comic. It's a really expensive comic, you guys, believe it or not.
Somebody said that he did the inks on the Frankenstein stuff.
Yes, he inked all the Frankenstein stuff. There's 110% he inked all the Frankenstein stuff. And you can tell when Doug inks stuff, because you get a lot of this in there, and you get a lot of just the chaos that he does with his inks. And it's just part of who he is. But, you know, he's got his influences. Let's put it that way. So that's JLA cover number 11, $1,200. We'll put up another one of those too. This is I know Lobo's been a big thing lately. James Gunn putting up a Lobo image after his takeover of DC, or co-takeover. This is JLA 8 cover, and we've got a dinosaur on here with Lobo. I have a feeling Lobo took the dinosaur out. We've got Vixen and we've got Bats all on the same cover. Again, this is Doug was pushed for time. DC asked him if he would do it. It's the size of the comic. Kind of cool if you were to frame them next to each other, but that is the original art. No other art exists, and it is signed by Douglas Mahnke. And I'm on a time delay, which is kind of neat, so I can see my hands moving and thinking, who's moving in there? Covers were small to expedite getting them finished. That is the real Doug Mahnke. That is not the fake one. How much for the Care Bear? Jeffrey, so that's what had to happen. Yeah, to expedite the process, Doug had to figure out a way to do it, and we had a few of those like that, and that was exactly how it went. So I'm really excited to show off a couple of other things soon. This one I think is an absolute banger. I can tell you there are, and Doug, will you please back me up on this? There are no Swamp Thing covers for Green Hell. Am I correct on that? We've got the Swamp Thing. This is from the 80-page giant, the Walmart edition of Swamp Thing. And we've got it right there.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So that one's $2,000. Again, the details that Doug puts into all of his art is incredible. Doug did not go to school for art, so I don't know if that helps you with any career choices, folks, but this is God-given talent. He's my favorite artist. He always will be. Better person than he is artist, as I always say. Ken back me up on that.
100%.
And he is an amazing artist. So keep this one in mind, guys. If you're thinking about picking up something, I think this is a really, really exceptional piece and one that, you know, would look great framed.
What was that issue from again? Somebody's
It was
asking.
from an 80-page giant. DC was doing those for Walmart. They did Teen Titans. They did several of them, and they had a Swamp Thing one, and they asked Doug to do a cover for it.
And someone's asking who's the girl, if you have any idea.
I think it's Beyonce. No, I don't know who it is off the top. I don't know, honestly. An added feature to the piece. I'm sure it's in the story somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But amazing. I've always felt Doug was born to draw Swamp Thing. And I asked him to draw it a lot. All right. I'm going to put up a piece. This is our biggest piece of the day. This is the piece that it basically is. I don't care if it sells piece. And we've had interest in people just asking me prior. We had one person that was going to be buying it, but then COVID hit. This is the Joker Year of the Villain, written by John Carpenter. This is the Midtown exclusive cover. When we put this cover together, Rich Capobianco and myself, Rich was working at Midtown now with Fan Expo. We came up with a concept of, Doug, wouldn't it be cool if Joker was beating the snot out of Batman in middle of Times Square? And we had all this stuff that we wanted him to do. And it was absolutely ridiculous. You couldn't even fit it in an entire comic, let alone a cover. And so then Doug just put it all on a cover as best he could. If you've seen the colored version of it, I'm sure David Barron was a colorist on it. He did an amazing job. And Batman is just, can I swear on here or not? I don't know if I can or can't, so better be careful. But he's kicking the, you know what, out of Batman throughout the entire thing. So this is one, if I was going to just say I want one Mahnke cover and I'm done, I think many of us would agree this would be on the top of the list. At least it is for me. So Doug, if you're thinking Christmas presents, I'm kidding. Let's put up some more stuff. Okay, let's put some of these up. This is really a cool piece. I've got two of these signed by Doug. Doug is, you know, influential on Black Adam. I don't think there's any denying that. Got a special thanks at the end of the movie. About made me cry when I saw that, because that's a rare thing from DC on sometimes. I won't go into it beyond that. But he was asked to work on the Black Adam teaser trailer. I believe he did work with Jim Lee. I think Boss Logic did some work in there too. This was the first drop for DC's fandom. And what they did was they took these styles and then they animated them or made them move while The Rock narrated over. So this was, you know, The Rock introducing Dwayne Johnson, introducing Cyclone. This is the piece of art that is used in that trailer. So it's all Copic markers, pencils, inks, Copic markers, signed by Doug, Mahnke, Black Adam teaser concept. So it's also a concept piece for what they were kind of looking for. So we've got the Cyclone up. And if we have any Dr. Fate fans, we have the Dr. Fate one up. And that one is 400. Again, all Copic markers. For those of you wanting commissions from Doug and doing those type of things, you won't get a commission for less than 400 going forward. So these are great opportunities for you to get something on a large scale that's actually used a piece of movie history in a way. Pretty cool, but very excited that Doug, I have not seen Black Adam yet. Doug, can you pipe in? Have you seen Black Adam yet?
I saw it. I thought it was great, actually.
Yeah, I have not seen it. We, like I said, our lives got turned upside down this week. I know that Sarah and I think we can, since Sarah works with me now full time, I think we can take the time off to go see it and make it, I think we can write it off. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to look into it.
I think we have a claim for the Dr. Fate.
We had a claim for Dr. Fate.
Yeah, Josh Flanders. So Josh, just email me at 4ccomicart@gmail.com and we'll get you taken care of. And yes, we will be running through the art again.
Yes, unless any of the Gunther people ask, or Gunther people, or I like to call them the Gunther people. Hey, how many people like death metal? I do.
Me?
I mean, when Doug Mahnke does the covers. So cool story as I run through these. These are so wicked. Okay, so cool story. Doug does a piece with Alfred shredding and Batman singing, and he does it with colorful Copic markers, and we're in Chicago, and he must have posted it on Instagram. He gets a call. We're in the hotel room, and they ask him if he wants to do these metal covers, like heavy metal covers for each issue of Dark Knight's Death Metal. I remember he looked at me and asked, should I do it? And I said, absolutely. I mean, Doug loves music. Doug is an accomplished guitarist, always been into music. And so he got his chance to do this. And I think everyone loved these. I know they made a Batman figure for McFarlane Toys with it. This is, if you're a drummer, this is the piece you put above your kit. It's with a sign that says, don't touch my drum kit. So we've got this one up at 35. We have sold Wonder Woman. Batman sold. Ken, you bought the Man Who Laughs, the Batman Who Laughs, and David Barron owns Superman. So select company. That was number 4. We'll go with number 5. I do not know how Doug came up with this one, but I love the fish. I just love focusing on the fish with this one. And I'm sure that's a real piano somehow, somewhere, an organ. I don't know. But we've got eels, we've got piranhas, we've got everything, and they're all like zombified out. There's nothing left to this one at all. We've got cut out here, things like that. We've got that one up. That's the 1 in 25 incentive for Dark Knight Death Metal 5. By the way, fun story. I can tell this because Doug's not on here. Oh, I bet he cringes when I say these things. A lot of people know that Doug is really good at drawing grotesque things, right? Horror, all of that stuff. Like, we would all agree with that, right?
Yes.
Not a horror fan.
That's
so,
fun.
You know, I mean, he's, you know, he likes The Mandalorian. He likes a lot of different stuff when he watches it, but he's not like a big, when you see the work and stuff, you know, if he asks him what his top 10 favorite horror movies are, I don't know that he would. He'll probably chime in here with some sort of a joke of a horror movie. It's probably Working with Me would be his favorite horror movie. Dark Knight's Death Metal. This is the Robin Crow cover, 1 in 25 again. Just sick, amazing. You know, and the attention to detail within the back, you know. And here we go with the Alfred. So that's actually a t-shirt like the Dead Kennedys, Dead Alfreds. You know, it's the details you have to pay attention to. The lacing of the boots. It's just everything he puts in there. So we've got that one up, the Crow. And that was it for the Dark Knights. One cool thing I'm going to put up, which I've been waiting to show this off. I've never shown this off before. So Doug, I hope you enjoy this. I think someone should pop on this. That's me. I'm going to actually remove this for a second. Green Lantern, 80-page spectacular. It's $2,500. It's 8 pages. If you don't want the whole thing, you can piece it out, but it's a complete story. Here we go. We've got a Green Lantern. We've got somebody that is showing up. Oh, who could it be? Oh, it's Sinestro with that awesome mustache. Ken, you should grow a mustache like that. He's talking. They're having a conversation. This is page 2. Page 3. Here we go. We've got him here. We've got the whole background story of everything, telling his life story about how he became Sinestro. Still going on with his grand plans to be it. Obviously, he loses the love of his life. They show him he's fighting with the Green Lantern Corps. We get into another page where they're still talking. He's showing off his ring. This gentleman's talking with him. And then we get into a double page splash of a Green Lantern fighting Sinestro. And I'm pretty sure this isn't going to end well.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
In fact, that's Hal Jordan. And there's a ton of detail in between underneath there. You know what? If this doesn't sell for $2,500, I'm buying it. So just letting everyone know in the future.
So $2,500, you get the whole 8-page story.
I will let you have the whole 8-page. Then we go, boom, you're done. It's Sinestro, walks off, follows the ring. Clearly, Doug's telling a story here. That's why Doug is a master storyteller. The ring is off, and where's the ring going? The ring is going off to find a new home. Sinestro's not far behind. All 8 pages, $2,500. That's it.
That's awesome.
Yep. So, Doug, if that doesn't sell, I'm buying it. You think I'm kidding? That's the humor of it. Nope. This is the only one I decided to write a comment on, and I apologize, but I could not help myself. Superman 29, page 15. I wrote, "Oh my Lord." It's $2,000. I believe that is Parallax. Doug, if you're still in here, let us know. It's Superman versus Parallax. Amazing. I mean, the detail on that. Jaime Mendoza at this point deserves just an extra day of rest after inking this, because that is incredible. It's incredibly drawn and it's incredibly ink. I mean, we don't lose any of the actual, intricacies that Doug has placed in there. Jaime was a great partner to work with Doug, and I know he wants to work with him again, just like Christian. You just find those inkers that work. This is an amazing piece. Again, a frameable piece without any hesitation. I'll take that one down for now. All right. We have too much art. What time is it, Ken?
It is 6:32.
Too early. All right, here we go. We're going to start rapid firing through some of these, and then we'll go through them again. Gotham City Garage cover. Big Barda. Wonder Woman. $2,000. Bingo Boingo. That's the cover. It's also a trade paperback cover. I believe it was an incentive cover. It's a very dark cover. But this is Big Barda. She has all the colors. This is the Gotham City Garage. So we'll put that one up. In fact, I'm not even going to take that down. I'm just going to put the next one up. Go, JJ, go, go, go. All right. For those of you that, again, I told you Doug isn't big into horror, but he sure knows how to draw it. Detective Comics 996, page 9. There you go. We've got the Joker. We've got Clayface. We've got the Penguin. We've got Killer Croc.
Wow.
We have got it all in there. Mendoza doing the inks on that one from his detective run where they introduced the Arkham Knight. We've got that one, 996, page 9. Speaking of grotesque, but beautiful all at the same time, Dark Knight's Metal, The Wild Hunt, #1, page 23. Doug did a few pages in this one. This is the Batman Who Laughs, one of the first times he's ever drawn him. And we have the death of the Flash underneath also. So we've got that one up for $1,500. I originally had it at $2,000. Brought it here for you today at $1,000. Someone asked me about Green Lantern. I will tell you, this is probably the last and best Green Lantern cover available on the market, period, point blank. Can't tell you any different. You've got the Black Mask. You've got Sinestro. You've got Hal. I don't know. Maybe we could throw Star Sapphire in there somewhere. That one is $3,000. That one was done by our good friend Mark Irwin. Again, a very great inker. I don't know what to tell you beyond that. Green Lantern cover #9, $3,000. Keep that one on. If you're writing a little spreadsheet down, keep that one down. That is the Black Mask. So there you go. Ken, am I missing any questions, comments, suggestions?
Nope, nothing yet. I think everyone's just waiting to see.
No one telling me to go somewhere or,
Nope.
any of that stuff? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. I'm sure Eric or one of the guys will. Andrew, maybe. I don't know. JLA cover #3. This is a variant. I think it was like a cover B variant. Again, we've got the main man. We've got, everybody's in here. Batman, the Ray. We've got Adam, Killer Frost, Vixen, Mongol. Batman, we've got everybody in there. That one is $2,500. Again, pencils and inks by one Mr. Douglas Mahnke. I'm not seeing any rebar in that picture. Let's put up a Superman page. This one is $500. I took it off because it's really cool. It's Batman basically beating up or fighting Jonathan Kent. Nothing says, it's Jonathan Kent beating up both Superman and Batman. So if you're a John Kent fan, there you go. If you're a fan from that run, which again, I think is one of the best runs of Superman ever, before it kind of all went down when they decided to put a new writer on it. Superman 25, page 5. That one's up for 500. Jaime Mendoza inks. Yes, I did truly say that, folks. I am a man of many words, and that was one of my words, and I'm sure many of you would agree with me. So maybe some of them are. I think the Tomasi Mahnke Gleason run on Superman was epic. And yes, I am partial to them, but it was good. It really elevated Superman in a totally different direction. I love this cover, especially for the last page. Detective Comics 995, page 14. This one's 600. This is when Alfred is stabbed. And if you look at, he opens the door, he gets stabbed by a Zorro type character. And you can see the concern on his eyes. You can see him carrying what essentially is his father. And that's the look I don't ever want to get from Doug or anyone else. That is a man determined, and he is carrying basically his only family. So an incredible piece, incredible, just the eyes, the level of eyes and care. Alfred's usually taking care of Batman, not the other way around. And Batman is not happy. I'm going faster so that we can go through it all again. JLA 24 cover. First Promethea in the DC universe. So if you're an Alan Moore fan, first Promethea in the universe, and I believe that is the Queen of Fables. Someone correct me if I am wrong on that. Again, all pencils and inks by Doug Mahnke. JLA cover 24, Promethea. Let's put up... I'm going to put up a double page splash, but it's going to have to be one of those where you guys have got to watch the motion picture. So we'll put up the first half of it. It is all going to be Mr. Freeze trying to bring back Nora Freeze. This one's 2000. It's from Detective Comics 1012, and it's page 10 and 11. We'll start it like we should. It starts over here.
That's awesome.
As you can tell, there's a lot of Noras. Some of them are falling apart. If you look in the background, there's a lot of body pieces everywhere. If you look there, if you're a Mr. Freeze fan, there's his suit. It was cleverly put in by Doug. We've got Chambers up here. And we've got him trying to bring back a Nora as we see him doing that with everything. So we've got a double page splash. And then, of course, we have to have some dudes down in the corner. Got the chamber over here, the cryo chamber. So we've got that. You can even see they tried to make it look as if it was misty. So we've got that one up. Put that one back. I apologize that it's not, don't have the screen full for that. Superman, number 9, page 18. You want panels? We'll give you panels. We've got about as many panels as you possibly get. Again, this is, I believe, on Dinosaur Island. We've got Jonathan. We've got I forget who the gorilla was in this one. It wasn't Gorilla Grodd. It was a white like abdominal. Abdominal. I don't even know if I said that right. But we've got John Kent. We've got Superman, and we have got somebody help me out with who that was again. Anyways, we've got that one up. That one is 400. We'll pin that up there again, right there. All right, another clever, cute one. Nora and Victor. This is just a lovely love piece right there. They're walking off hand in hand. Not much more to say. Again, if we've got any Mr. Freeze fans, to me, that's besides a double page splash, I think this one's definitely worth it. Right. Obviously, she turns on him really quick. But, I mean, regardless, let's remember the happy moments. Okay, I think I have one more left. And then we'll run through them again. So if you've been writing them down at home, this next one is the first drop ever, as in most of this stuff has not been dropped, but this definitely has not been dropped. And I'm going to have to, my good friend Ken, you're going to have to kind of help me with this.
Yeah, this is a big piece, and it's the first offering of this art, right?
I don't even know how we're going to get this up here. I'm pushing this all the way back. I'll just say this for Doug right now. Doug is the artist on Swamp Thing Green Hell. Issue 1 came out. Great reviews. He and Jeff. Jeff has posted something that Doug had some issues that came up over the past year or so. I can just tell you, yes, he has. He's fine. His family is fine. But he had some issues for a guy that for 26 plus years never missed a deadline or any of those things. He was trying to get this done and work on it, but as we all know, man makes plans and God laughs, right? He's back at it. I know he's finished issue 2 already. They've resolicited it. So without further ado, I don't think this is going to fit, Ken. And I think people are like, this would be the most expensive throw blanket you've ever purchased. I'm going to pull this back and just kind of pan through it. This is Swamp Thing Green Hell, page 24 and 25. It is the first champion of the green. Okay.
Stunning.
It is $3,500. It's the first appearance of the champion of the green. First full. Did have his hand in another one to show you just the scope of that thing. And I don't know what the comments are saying, but I hope they're absolutely loving this.
We got some
this
good
is a normal 11 by 17, folks. That, if you want to buy enough of them, you can literally cover your wall with all Swamp Thing. This is one of the absolute best pages in the series. I can tell you the John Constantine smoking in the series and the Lighthouse splash page has gone to Jeff Lemire, of course. Just the one thing he asked for, and he doesn't ask for much. So this is amazing. I can also tell you issue 2 has a blend of traditional pages and digital pages. So Doug is able to work on both. Doug prefers to work traditionally, as we know, but if you don't see a page out there, it's because he had to work on it digitally in order to keep up with schedules and keep things going. And so as the future goes forward and his schedule continues to, pile on, we may see digital work. He knows I can't stand it. But what do you do? I mean, if it's going to make his life easier, I'm all for it. So again, he won't always go that way. I just don't think he can. If he gets to animate it, yes, he will absolutely draw it digitally. But we've got that bad boy up. Woo! All right.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we got like a little more than 15 minutes to run through them.
So let's just run through them. We sold the Black Adam. And again, if you're watching this later, you are more than welcome to contact us on the scrolling bar. I'm going to move this back up. And we'll push this forward. There's a lot of weight on this right now. Okay. So we'll go through this one more time. If you have questions, comments, anything, you've got to pop them up now and you've got to let me know.
Yes.
Just simple as we can. You can ask. Do not be afraid to ask me anything. The simplest thing I'll say is no. You never know, I might say yes. Death Metal Guidebook, number 1, page 8. This one is 600 with the Batman Who Laughs at the bottom. Again, he's only drawn the Batman Who Laughs a handful of times. That one is up. Superman, page 29, or issue 29, page 15, with my Oh My Lord. That one is 2000. Superman versus Parallax. Very intricately detailed, an amazing piece of art. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Don't dream of that tonight, please. We've got a Green Lantern 80th anniversary complete retelling, not only of Sinestro fighting another Green Lantern on his last legs, but a retelling of the entire Sinestro storyline, like deaths, his loves, his becoming a Green Lantern, a double page splash of him versus Barry. It's all in there.
8-page story for $2,500.
What's that?
8-page story for $2,500.
Yep. So we'll put that one up, and if no one claims it, it looks like I've got myself an 8-page story. We've got the Dark Knight's Death Metal 6 Robin Crow cover, 1 in 25, 3,500. Again, can we get that T-shirt made, please? The Dead Alfreds. We've got that one up. 1 in 25 for 3,500. We've got the Dark Knight's Death Metal #5 Aquaman cover. I feel like this is just some sort of 70s rock and roll band homage, just something. But we've got zombie fish, we've got zombie eels, and we've got
Stevie Winwood going on right there, right?
It's not a bad call. 1 in 25, we've got that up for 3,500. You can just feel the power of him playing right there. This is the one that I think is the absolute sickest. I still, to this day, am like, if a drummer saw this, I think he'd buy this in a heartbeat. I just, it's Flash on the drums, put it together. One of the first times I ever met Doug, I asked him for a Flash sketch at a show in Minneapolis, and he decided to draw the Flash. I tell this all the time. And it was a Flash, and he was peeling back his costume to show his wrist, and there was a wristwatch on, and he was in front of the men's room. And I thought, okay. Oh, and then I got it. Time moves super fast for him. Someone's using the restroom. Doug loves the Flash. So there you go. There's some humor in there. But yeah, we've got wickedness all the way around. We've got the Black Adam teaser trailer Cyclone art. The Rock narrated the trailer. This is the teaser concept. You can go back and find that. That's where The Rock's walking through talking about all the characters from the JSA and who they are and who they'll be. That was there. That's Copic markers. You can't get a Copic marker drawing from Doug for $300. Trust me. Big boy of the show, Joker, You're the Villain Midtown cover is $10,000. What? Oh, well, that's what it is. And that's what it was last year. And that's what it was the year before, because I haven't offered it for public sale yet. Only a couple people have reached out on this before. One person was going to buy it. And I'm such a nice guy. Let them take their time. And then boop, flake. So that's the way it goes. But this is a Midtown cover.
I actually have I have a metal prismatic cover of that.
You do?
Yeah, there you go.
Little known story. I got in trouble with DC over those. That's all I'll say on that. I was told, JJ, you can't make metal covers. I said, I did. They said, you can't. I said, but I did. They said, you can't. I said, but I did. Anyways. I was good with them. I didn't make them. Swamp Thing cover 2000. I think one of the deals of the show. Doug, if you're still in here, Doug might be eating, something like that. And I can't see the comments, guys. So if I miss something, I apologize. There, as far as I know, there are no original covers to Green Hell. So if you want a Swamp Thing by Doug Mahnke, there's your opportunity. Who knows? Maybe you'll hang it up and someone will say, hey, I saw that at Walmart. Because that was, anyways, Walmart cover. I have the worst humor sometimes. JLA #8, sometimes, maybe all the time. JLA cover. See, I beat you to it, comment section, before you could say anything. JLA #8 cover, $1,200. Again, Doug was asked to expedite the process. This size is the size of a comic. He drew it just like that. There are no large format of it or anything like that. $1,200 for a cover. So if you're like, well, why, JJ, why isn't all of it filled in? That's it. That's the cover. He's not recreating it. He's not doing anything. That's it. Speaking of smaller version of a cover, we've got Black Canary on the Run. Love Black Canary. And we've got the Ray. And this is Doug Mahnke inked. It's just like the most epic Doug Mahnke inked piece, clearly. You can clearly tell with a ton of this and all of this in here. I don't think he put JJ in there anywhere. I always like to pretend he does. Frankenstein, issue #3, page 20. We've got Frankenstein. Yes, he inked all of that. Again, very apparent when he inks stuff. It should be for you guys that love Doug. It's really easy to see. That one is $400. And we've got that one up. This is Jaime Mendoza. You can kind of see the difference between Frank over here on that second panel, and then Frank there. Jaime Mendoza inking Doug on that one. That's 1,000. Superman 12, page 3. We've got a Green Lantern cover, #58. All the avatars of the lanterns, all the rings. I think Larfleeze should have been up front and center, so I'm going to take a little umbrage with that. But I'm a Larfleeze fan. That one's up for 2,000. Again, all pencil and inks, no blue lines. In fact, as a quick aside, as we go through these, we do have penciled pages occasionally. That's because we don't get them back in ink form. So if Doug does pencils and has to send them off, it's like literally like 2% of the time they're in a rush. They have to send them off. We have the pencil pages. We usually just kind of get them out of here. So not that they're not great. In fact, I think they're as great as the inked pages, but we don't have any blue lined at all. So, and there are no computer generated versions of any of this either. I don't know what I'm talking about with that, but you know what I mean. Detective Comics 1014 page 6 for 400. Nowadays, even a computer can be an artist, right? Has anyone seen some of those covers that AI is doing? I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Team 7 cover. We've got Deathstroke. We've got Grifter. That's clearly a Mahnke again. It's got grit. It's got grime. It's got everything. You know that Doug did the inks on that one. Obviously, lots going on with Deathstroke. Always popular. And Grifter is back. We got asked about this one earlier. Green Lantern. You'll notice there's not a ton of Green Lantern pages. It's because we don't have a ton of Green Lantern pages. I mean, they sold really, really quick. And this is some of the stuff that just I would get from Christian later, possibly a year or two later when I would see him in Chicago. Green Lantern 10, page 3. This one's $400. I think that's an epic page for those of you that are on the art budget. Yeah.
We got to offer 1,400 combo for Detective 996 Villain Splash page and Death Metal Guide Batman Who Laughs page.
Okay, let me pull those in a second here. Which two were they?
The Detective 996 Villain Splash.
Okay.
And the Death Metal Guide Batman Who Laughs page.
Okay, let me find it. Maybe it's already in here too. I think it's still in here, one of them is. Okay. So hang tight with me. Superman Rebirth #1, page 7. This is what kicked it all off. This is literally what kicked off the entire Tomasi, Gleason, Mahnke run. By the way, Pat Gleason, an incredible writer. They were alternating issues for writing. So for those of you that thought Pat Gleason was just a pretty face and an artist, no, he's absolutely a fantastic writer also with a ton of great ideas. Superman Rebirth #1, page 7, $800. That's a great page. Or you can buy a nondescript Superman page somewhere. JLE cover #10, Manchester Black. Enough said about that one. I think this is the last JLE cover we have, and we have some fanatic JLE cover fans. That one's $1,500. Superman 9, page 12, $500. I think this is a really Captain Storm. I believe that's who that is. We've got everything there that you could need. That's an awesome one. We've got, I think we've got some massive animals there. Detective 1014, page 17. Again, a lovely little picture of the freezes as they go out to kill people. There we go. Again, this is with Captain Storm. This is from the Dinosaur Island saga. And we've got Superman, Jonathan, fighting a bunch of animals. That one's $400. Double page splash. I'm just going to flip it around once. This one's $2,000.
I love that page.
I do too. It's epic. Promethea back in the USSR, back in, or for the first time appearing in the DC proper. Alan Moore creation. So of course it's going to end up in the DC proper, right? This JLA cover 24, Promethea against the Queen of Fables, playing with the Queen of Hearts, $2,000. I think this is a really epic page. I still think this is a great one. $600. Detective 995, page 14, with the death stare. We've got Jonathan possessed, beating the crap out of Batman and his dad. We've got Robin in there also. That one's $500. And we've got a JLA cover #3 variant, $2,500. Everybody you want is in there. Maybe some of the villains you don't, but you do want the heroes. And Green Lantern cover #9, Black Hand. You've seen my Green Lantern covers. I pretty much brought them all. I don't think we have any other ones. That one's $3,000. That is a great cover. And then we've got this one for $1,500. Dark Knight's Metal Wild Hunt #1, page 23 for 1,500. We've got the Detective Comics 996, page 9. Was this the one that he was interested in?
Let's see, 996, the Villain Splash. Yeah, and then it was the first one that you showed when you did the recap with the Batman Who Laughs in the bottom panel.
Okay, I'll take a look at what we have on prices on that. Gotham City Garage cover, 2,000. And let's see here. And what was the offer on it?
15 for the pair.
Done.
There you go, Dustin. You got it, buddy.
Who was that? My buddy Dustin Whitney?
That is.
Oh, I would have probably said no if it was Dustin Whitney. Dustin. Okay. If anybody wants to see anything else, please let me know. We've got how many more minutes left?
4, 3.
Okay. I'm not showing the Swamp Thing off anymore besides saying it's gigantic. I don't know what else to tell you. Hopefully you caught it earlier. Again, if you're watching this in the future, I feel like I'm Doc Brown all of a sudden. If you're watching this in the future, don't buy plutonium. And also, you can contact us on the 4ccomicart@gmail.com. Ken is helping me out with all of this as I'm dealing with a ton of stuff right now. So, any other questions, comments, suggestions?
Nothing else? Hey, let's see.
Hey, JJ, is that Detective Splash for 1,000 available? Did we miss that? Brandon.
Detective Splash, which one is that?
Detective Slash for 1K. Did we, Brandon, did we already move it? We'll wait for him to. Any other questions that are popping up at all? This is the time to make an offer. You never know.
We got to consider somebody's offering 2,500 for the Green Lantern 9 cover.
All right, Doug Mahnke, what say you since you're in the chat and so active? He'll say yes. Done. Doug, you're not even playing along at home. That is yours. Did you need a picture of it? Screenshot it. Screenshot it.
All right, Andrew, you got it, Bubby.
Got to mess with Andrew. Go for it. Okay. Do we have any masks? Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the mask stuff, I am probably sending to Heritage. Unless people want me to do some sort of a mask show. I really, there's really no guide for the prices on that stuff. And there's so much of it. And I know we could create a market, but I can't really come up with what I feel is a comfortable price for a lot of the pages right now. We get asked about the mask every single day practically. So the stuff will go up. It's on massive board. It's on larger board. I'm trying to read what else we had. Doug, a man of the people. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew, as always. Any prelims for sale? No prelims. Mass show. Oh, Doug, don't start. Do you guys want us to do a mass show on 4C Comics?
Yes. Did I say that?
Doug, do we do a mass show on 4C Comics?
Doug,
the Billbot. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe to our channel. All right. Mass show. Everybody wants us to do a mass show. Okay. What do we got? Any time left? Any other questions? Anybody else want to make an offer? We've said yes to every offer so far. I want to deny at least one of you. I'm kidding. The Villain Splash from Detective, I believe that one sold.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I think Dustin wanted. If you guys can always send me. You do take a screenshot.
Brandon, if you're watching real quick, if it was this one sold. And the cover sold.
We have a vote for the mass show. There you go, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff can't be part of it. Is that Detective 995 available? Let me quick look. That's my buddy Paul. Detective 995. Yes, it is. This one right here, Paul. By the way, Paul's a very accomplished artist. I love his stuff. Make me an offer on that one, Paul. We know we have to ship it to Canada.
We're in 994 with Bats Carrying Alfred also. He said, yeah.
All right. That is for our good friend, Paul. Paul, a very good artist. Someone needs to grab that Swamp Thing double page splash. I agree. Maybe we'll do a Swamp Thing one too. Okay. Any other questions, comments, or suggestions? Paul, make sure that you send 500. What do I have it at? Yes. Done deal. 500. All right. I have no clue what time it is, but we've accepted every offer thrown at us. That's how difficult I am to work with. So I'm still keen on the Care Bears comic. It's a newsstand edition. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Make sure that you follow 4C Comics on Facebook. Make sure you follow JJ's Comics and Art on Instagram and Facebook also. We do a lot of live shows with 4C Comics because Ken is a glutton for punishment.
Yes.
And we'd like to bring Doug on. We will have commissions for Doug coming up soon, starting next year, or maybe possibly sooner. We'll see what Doug. He has 2 left to do. They're going to be a little bit higher priced, just because they're amazing. And so that's where we're at. If you need to contact us for anything at all, 4ccomics@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook, John Jesperson, or JJ's Comics and Art. Send me a message after the show. Let me see if anything's available, and we'll try and answer that for you. Ken, I'm done. Say what you got to say.
I'm gonna say thanks, everybody. And if you want any of the pieces that you saw, just send us an email, and we will convey any messages to JJ or offers or anything. And do it soon because he's gonna send us one package with everything in it. So
Yep.
make sure you get it out to us. And thanks everybody for watching. And I will be transferring over to the artist showcase we have going on with the Japanese artists.
Good luck with that. I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you, guys.
Love
Thanks,
to everybody.